All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Frank Opinions with Adam.
And I'm Tasker.
And we are more than ecstatic to be back with you on our next to last Halloween episode. I think we're going to come at you with an October 31st episode just so we can round out the month of October in the best way possible.
That's right.
Interesting fact, through this month, Tasker has found he is not the horror movie buff he thought he was.
Yep, kind of disappointed. I thought I was, but I guess I'm really not.
Yeah, not only are you disappointed in yourself, I was disappointed. Because I am a horror movie buff. I love horror movies. And I like Halloween. I just like it all in general. So when we was coming up with these titles, episodes, and what we was going to talk about each podcast, we was like, what about this? I don't know many movies from that. Okay, what about this? Oh, man, I remember watching some. Damn it, man. What about this? So, yeah. So, Tasker's done a lot of movie watching, a lot of soul searching this month.
I did.
And he's also found out that horror movies just ain't his thing.
It's not. I guess I'm just the most known horror movies. Like, everyone knows it. I'm that type of horror guy. But if you go down deep at the bottom of the barrel, I don't know what you're talking about.
You're like the vanilla latte Starbucks white girl of horror movies.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, man. So anyone listening, Frank Opinions is looking for a second host. It'd be Frank Opinions with Adam, and insert your name here.
I knew the day was coming.
Anyway, well, who knew it'd be so soon? Episode 9. The truth is known. So, this week, we finally came to the consensus of we were going to be discussing the best werewolf movie. And even with me loving horror movies, I myself didn't realize there's not a lot of werewolf movies out there.
That is true.
And like you might think to yourself, oh yeah, whatever. Underworld, that was a series of the same werewolves in movies, and like that was werewolves and vampires.
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, so we were trying to just do werewolves. So that eliminated a ton of them, like Underworld series gone, and then you go to like Van Helsing, that it eliminated that.
Yeah, gone.
And then you had this strange like Wolfman's not actually a werewolf. He's a man that's a wolf, which is confused how that's not a werewolf.
I just don't put that under a werewolf movie. It just don't feel right.
You didn't think the fight scene with Anthony Hopkins wasn't they weren't werewolves?
They were Wolfman.
So we had this argument, which eliminated that movie because we weren't getting anywhere. We were stuck on the argument of if they were werewolves or not. So you can chime in and let us know in the comments or messages if you believe they are werewolves or it goes back to the comic of Wolfman.
Yeah. Is the Wolfman a werewolf movie or a Wolfman movie?
Right. Yeah. So I'm with werewolf. He's with Wolfman. So we left that at that. You guys can help us decide.
Yep. Let us know.
We moved on. So he was scrolling through saying, there's some movies that he wanted to watch. So he done some soul searching there. I knew the movie I was going with, and Tasker just recently watched that one and said that was his favorite movie. So I actually backed off and took my second choice. So we're going to let Tasker go first and tell you about, honestly, the best werewolf movie that has been made.
Yep. The 1985 movie Silver Bullet, which was written by Stephen King a few years earlier, and that was actually it was a different name Stephen King had for it. It wasn't called Silver Bullet. Uh,
What was it called?
his book was Cycle of the Werewolf. That's what they
Yeah, that's
adapted
way
it.
way less cool.
I know.
Yeah, thank God they didn't go with that.
But yeah, Silver Bullet.
You
I
know,
mean, what are we saying?
because if you watch a movie called Silver Bullet, you're either thinking they're gonna be getting hammered drunk the whole time on Coors, or there's a silver bullet, which everybody knows from folklore. That's what takes out a werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah, Cycle of the Werewolf is just, it's not grabbing enough.
Yeah, obviously we went through a lot of Stephen King movies, and
Stephen King.
you know, yeah, that's what I said. Stephen King.
Okay.
He, we keep touching on movies from him, and that's just like we said, he's the king of horror.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yes, I agree that movie's freaking awesome. And I know maybe not a lot of our listeners have seen it since it was 1985, and again, the werewolf genre doesn't really get a whole lot of love. But if you're looking for a movie to watch and you like werewolves, this is the one to watch.
Yeah, that's the one you go to. And even now that I've watched it, and it's like, 37 years old now or something like that, it still holds up. I mean, there's still a few things that's like at the end, a little bit kind of cheesiness. I mean, not real cheesiness, but the werewolf was okay. But
Yeah,
I mean,
so
overall, but I mean, it was back then. So I mean, yeah, back then it was really scary.
CGI happening in like
No,
1985.
no, but
I mean, it was up and coming. It was becoming a good thing, but yeah. But this movie sticks to the formula that we've talked about so much in horror movies, is that you never see the killer.
yeah, they kept the creep factor up in this one, and that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, from all his scenes, from the greenhouse to the house scene with the woman up in her bedroom.
Yeah.
And like, I know we always get into spoilers and stuff in this, but it gives you almost like a moral dilemma at the end of, was the werewolf really bad?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, what do you think when you watch that? Would you like, he's a killing machine?
Yeah, that's what. It's been so long since I watched it before, and when I rewatched it, I was like, okay, that's like, because he's a preacher and all that stuff, and he's using it for
So
they were doing sins, and he was basically saving them.
Yeah, he was doing God's work.
Yeah. So I mean, you could look at it
He's seen
two different ways.
He's seen having the werewolf ability as, a God-given like talent, basically, a gift to do God's work.
Yep.
So, if you haven't seen this movie, it'd be a good time to pause this podcast and jump into it and watch it, because we're gonna get into like the kill scenes and the breakdown of it right now. So, moment's going. So his first kill is where it gets you hyped up. Like, he takes out the guy in the greenhouse.
Yep.
Who was a drunk that beat his wife and kids. It was just an overall, like, just asshole. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was, and that's what I mean.
And that's how he justifies it at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't kill good people.
And like him creeping underneath the floor to get him, I liked everything, like the creep factor they brought to it, and the music score with it too fit well.
Oh yeah. Yep. And that's why I said they stuck to the great formula of keeping him hid. Like you said, he comes through the floor.
Yeah, I mean, like other werewolf movies, they show you the werewolf Like I mean, like
Yeah,
from beginning to end.
in any other movie, he would have been standing in like a dark corner.
Yeah, you would have seen him coming at you. It's the whole body. But this, they did a different
Yeah,
route, and that's
he
great.
punches through the floor. And then the woman that he kills, she was gonna kill herself with
Yep.
taking a bunch of pills. So he just ended that.
So I mean, you could take it two different ways: that he's doing God's work,
It
or
just he went a little bit off the rails there
yeah, a little
because people were onto him. And he's like, I can't have this. You gotta tie up loose ends.
bit. Yeah.
And it just so happens that one of those loose ends was a hell of a shot with a bottle rocket. And then before Gary Busey lost his goddamn mind, he built one hell of a wheelchair motorcycle.
Oh, that thing was awesome.
Oh yeah, it looked cool. Sounded cool. I mean, that was the ultimate rig, man.
Oh yeah. And that's another thing I like too. That the werewolf, he's the villain, but when the guy was the preacher too, when he tried to run the kid down, he was just the man. And I liked how there's like two aspects of the villain. You got the werewolf, and then you got him as just like just a regular guy.
I like the fact when he became the wolf, he wasn't just a mindless creature.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Like he knew exactly what he was doing. So yeah, that's another thing. Like he didn't wolf out every time to try to kill someone.
Yeah.
He's like sees a kid going down through the road on his bike, and he was like, "Oh, I'll just run him over." And then again, another movie where the town gets together and they're like, "Evil dies tonight," and they go hunting in a fog-filled swamp.
Yeah, fog. Oh my god.
Yeah, right. As soon as you see him roll up there, you're like, "No one thought this was a bad idea."
If I was with that group and we rolled up and I saw that fog, I'd quickly hop back in the car, drive back to town.
Yeah, I'd have been like, "So we're out here hunting a monster, right?" Yeah. And the fog is chest deep. Yeah. And I've got a baseball bat. Again, another movie with a baseball bat.
Yep.
This one was Old Glory?
No, this one was called The Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker, that's right. Not some stupid ass shit like, "Oh, Huckleberry." Mean old Huckleberry's gonna end this tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another movie where the monster takes the bat and kills the guy with it.
Yeah, kills him, bashes his brains in multiple times.
Moral of the story is, if you find a baseball bat in the event that you're being chased by a monster or a killer, odds are they gonna kill you with it. Unless you're Jeffrey D. Morgan.
Yep.
And it's wrapped in barbed wire. He might stand a chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes through and like they think the little boy's crazy, but then the rest of the family finds it out and they get together, try to help and slay a werewolf. So definitely something you want to go and watch. Like I said, Gary Busey still had all the marbles in the bag.
Yep.
And I'll just come out with the FOFR score, Frank Opinion's film rating. For 1985, it's a 10.
See, my score, I'm going to give it an 8.
What freaking werewolf movie was better than it?
I mean, it's not,
That's bullshit. You can't say that it's like the best werewolf movie, then you're like, I'd give it an 8. What was it judged against?
I'm judging as I like putting a score to it. It's for anything. Any film. As best werewolf movie, it's a 10. But for my rating, it's going to be an 8. I'm rating it an 8.
Okay. Anyways. So, we give you our opinion on what werewolf movie you should go watch, and it's an 8. So
I mean, you should definitely go watch it, check it out. But I mean, it's definitely the best werewolf movie.
so
That's
my
it.
movie.
It's Frank opinions for a reason.
So the movie I backdrop to is a more lighthearted movie. That I won't give it a 10 because it was my second, but it was another 1985. 1985 was the year of the wolf. Like Hollywood was all about some werewolf in 1985.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going with Teen Wolf. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that
We're
movie.
not talking. I said 1985.
Yeah, I know.
We're not talking the MTV Teen Wolf.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I remember a little bit of it, but I couldn't really.
So this is more of a lighthearted werewolf movie, more of a comedy. It's a whole family movie. This is one you let your kids watch.
Yeah.
They won't be like sleeping with you in bed because they're scared to death, or, you know, be scared of the dark. This is a lighthearted wolf movie with Michael J. Fox. And what's not to love about Michael J. Fox?
That's right.
Yeah, Back to the Future. You know, you loved him in it. Then he's a lovable wolf in this. That goes to high school, and he keeps it hidden. Joins a basketball team. Finds out that he sucks at basketball as a human. But when he turns into the wolf, he's got all that supernatural abilities, strength, speed, and then he's got hops. So, plus he's got the factor of he's a werewolf on a basketball court, and everyone's like, "What the?"
Yeah. So that's the only thing I remember is the basketball stuff.
Well, yeah, that's because that's what like 90% of the movie was.
I know that's all I
him
remember.
Playing basketball. It has a lot of iconic scenes in it. But anyways, like, it's got a moral to it. Like, you know, don't let fame get to your head and forget where you came from. And so it's got a good moral to it. It's got a lot of fun scenes in it. A lot of funny stuff. His best friend in it is named Styles. And who just absolutely capitalizes on his best friend being a werewolf. And it's funny as crap. Because, like, he's out there playing basketball games, and Styles is out here selling T-shirts, foam hands. Like, he's got all kinds of stuff out here making money. And he's out hustling, and I love it. But, you know, it goes in and it tells you the family story. His dad's a wolf, and how it kind of a little bit of backstory on it. Not too much, but, of course, a typical 80s movie. You got the hero, the antagonist, the love, and the secondary love, the backup chick, and then just going through high school as a werewolf. So if you're wanting a good Halloween movie to watch with your kids, I highly recommend this one. Because they're just not, I can't even remember any parts in it that had any kind of scare to it at all. I mean, as far as a wolf goes, he really looks like a freaking Wookiee.
I remember he would be the wolf and he'd dress up and walk down the halls and like high-fiving people and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, like yeah. He'd go to school as the wolf, man, wearing his jeans and his aviators.
Yeah.
All jeaned out, jean jacket, jean pants. Got the hair coming out of everywhere.
Yeah.
Walks back. Like I said, he looks like a Wookiee. Star Wars came out before it, and they were like, well, everybody loves a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Let's make a werewookie. But Yeah, as I give my frank opinions, film rating on it, as far as just a fun, loving, classic movie that I don't think you could remake it just because of the comical side of it. It seems like nowadays we have a really hard time making a funny movie that's wholehearted.
That's true.
Like it hinges off on like just someone getting hurt or something terrible happening or crude comments or something. A lot of crude humor these days. Where
Yep.
back in people were able to do wholeheartedly stuff. So as a family movie, I would give it like an 8.7. Do you even remember enough to give it a rating?
Oh, so that's what I'm thinking here. I'm remembering, like, since you was talking about, I can remember quite a bit of it, and right, like, I had a rating hit me. I give it an 8.
You just gave freaking Silver Bullet an 8.
That's what I'm saying. Silver Bullet. It's two different.
Oh my god!
It's two different. Teen Wolf is your that family friendly fun type of movie, and Silver Bullet is that scary. I mean, they're two different films. So they both get. I give them both an 8.
Let's just have another moment of silence for anyone who was driving their car and wrecked right now, trying to figure out what movies they're going to watch that had the same exact score. But yeah, I mean, that's what I was sitting here thinking. The only person that I know that creates still wholesome comedy is Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah, because you think of grown-ups and stuff like that. I mean, there's people getting hurt and stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, at the end of it, it's all about family. I mean, friendly, fun stuff.
yeah, even why is that? What's the Halloween one he done last year? Who is what?
Hubie Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, like it was definitely kid geared with some adult humor in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was wholesome. Other than the town made fun of him for having a mental disability.
Yeah, everyone was making fun of him. I mean,
I mean, it had a good moral to it at the end, and he obviously rose to the challenge and came victorious. But yeah, that still they made fun of him for being disabled.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah. Swing and a miss here. So if you get back to the 1985 Teen Wolf, they made a sequel to it that didn't have Michael J. Fox in it. It had Jason Bateman, who was the cousin to Michael J. Fox, who was also a wolf. And that movie was kind of hard to watch. So I'm not even going to tell you much about it. I mean, if you watch the first one, you're like, your kids are like, wow, that was awesome. Then you can watch that one and be like, wow, what happened? But I love Jason Bateman as an actor, so it was kind of cool to see him back in the early days. And same for it's close to the same formula, just a little different story. But it's like we've always said, you've got a sequel, it's very hard to top it.
Yep, very hard.
It's very hard to top the original with a sequel, so. But it has happened. We did have this discussion outside here. I'm not going to go into it, but we did finally find a couple movies, actually, that the sequel was better than the first one.
Yep.
But, obviously, coming out of this, our final episode on the 31st, we have no clue what it is. So you'll definitely have to tune in to see what kind of horror movie that we pick, because as of right now, it was hard to get this topic for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be racking my brain to figure out what the topic will be. So.
It was like haunting movies. Huh? What do you mean, huh? There's a whole freaking genre of them. Everybody's like, yeah. So we're trying to stay off of the mainstream movies.
Yeah, we don't want to go to them.
We're trying to give you stuff that you may never heard of. I want you to go see the non-mainstream blockbusters, like The Conjuring and all that. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And Annabelle, The Nun, all that stuff. Everybody knows it. Social media was real big. Everybody's seen it. But you get back into the 2000s and stuff, to where you had some good movies that just wasn't broadcasted out there. Of
Yeah.
course, like Scream, everybody knows it. It's getting remade. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was made 700 times.
Yep. All these franchises have been redone, and everybody knows them.
Yeah, with Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, they got to the point to where they fought each other because they ran out of movies. So yeah, we're not gonna cover any of them. If you guys are out there listening, you're like, man, you guys ain't covering the classics. It's just because everyone knows them.
Yeah, everybody's
The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street is literally the thing of nightmares.
Wait a minute. You tell me you don't like that one?
No, that remake was really good.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Oh yeah, I like the remake.
Yeah, I mean it with visual effects and stuff. That one was super scary. It had a lot of jump scares to it, and you got the origin story. But you guys just need to let us know what we think. We're getting some comments back, so we greatly appreciate that. Really appreciate all the support and all the downloading. It's really great to get the interaction and see you guys enjoying it. And then, like I said, we're on every platform. Now Apple finally accepted us. I mean, I almost had to send an email, be like, I'm returning all my Apple products because you guys will not approve my podcast. And they were like, whoa. We don't want to lose a long-time customer that buys one phone and pays it off and doesn't ever get a new model. So, I mean, what do you got? I feel like you're being extra quiet this episode. Are you down because I attacked your Frank opinion score?
No, I mean, I don't really have much.
Just squashed your hope, like.
Well, I mean, like, again, I've done a lot of soul searching, as you said, this month, and I'm not really the horror guy, so I mean, I'm still trying to cope with that.
You have a freaking zombie book.
Okay, zombies, that's different.
What?
Zombies. I mean,
How is zombies not in the horror?
Well, I mean, that's horror, but I mean, not.
All right, that's it. Final episode, October 31st. We're picking our favorite zombie movie.
All right, I'm ready for it. I think that's it.
Yeah, that one's easy to do.
Yeah.
Because they made 1 million zombie movies.
And I've already got mine, so there we go. Tune in October 31st.
Yeah, for the not horror show.
Yep.
Somehow zombies are not in the horror genre. They are people too. Zombies are people too.
That's right.
Hashtag zombie lives matter. Can't believe this. Guy writes books about zombies, but they're not horror. The zombie literally killed people in your book.
Hey, we don't talk about it.
Yeah, like you guys need to check out Bob the Vegetarian Zombie. So far, he's cool. I don't know. He may take a left turn, and it's been going in a steady good progression here.
Yeah, we got a lot of
that
fun
outwitting
surprises
characters
coming.
And stuff. Yeah, so you got those books on like Amazon.
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon, any bookstore site. Yeah, check them out.
And Tasker's already got Frank Opinions merch on his site, which is on Spring.
Yeah, it's on creatorspring.com.
And those freaking Frank Opinion shirts, I bought one. They're fire.
Absolutely,
you get them
fire.
in all the different colors, and the shirt quality's great. Fit is 2 size, so if you wear an extra large, just get you an extra large. And I got mine. I love it. I haven't posted the picture yet up on Instagram of wearing it. Uh, I had it out at the last car show. I was wearing it, and I actually got some feedback on it. They're like, "Oh, is that what is Frank Opinions?" I was like, "It's a podcast," and it actually got explaining it. So it's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
if you guys
I wear it
that
at
are
work.
listening, I can't wear it at work.
Oh, I wear it at work every Thursday.
They provide us uniforms.
Thank God I don't have to wear a uniform.
So there's that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Please support Frank Opinion. But I believe that's all we got for this one. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Adam.
And I'm Tasker, and that was Frank Opinions.